Hello all, I am Siddhi Naik. I welcome you all to the first lecture of Power Electronics subject. Since this is the first lecture, we are only going to have an introduction today. We are not directly jumping into the syllabus, we are first understanding what this subject actually deals with. Okay, so your power electronics subject is actually made up of two parts of engineering. One is power engineering field and second is electronics engineering field. So let us see this in detail. First is power electronics field. Power engineering is concerned with generation of electric energy. When I say electric energy, it means the electricity supply that we get at our homes. We get single phase 230 volts 50 hertz supply, or we get 440 volts 50 hertz 3 phase supply. So that electric energy, when it is generated, it is concerned with very high power level. So that is why it is included under power engineering field. Next is transmission of this generated electric energy. So it is transmitted using transmission lines. Again, the power level is very high in transmission also. Next thing is the transmitted energy has to be distributed to the consumers, and then for this it has to be utilized by the consumer. So all these four fields, generation, transmission, distribution and utilization of electric energy, is concerned with power engineering field because all of these contain high power levels. So power engineering is basically concerned with higher power level signals. Next field is electronics field. Electronics engineering consists of all the signals which have got lower power level. So you have here production of low power level signals, then their transmission, distribution, reception. All of these include low power signals. So power engineering has high power level signals, whereas electronics engineering has got low power level signals. And a combination of these two makes your subject power electronics. Now in this subject we are going to see a lot of convergence taking place. Conversion from one type of system to the other type of system. So the first type of system that we are going to see is AC to DC conversion. For doing this conversion we have a device called as rectifier. You must have studied a 4 diode rectifier which converts AC supply into a partially rectified DC supply. So that is how AC system is converted into DC system. So here in the waveform you can see AC signal is getting converted into DC signal. So this is first type of conversion. The second type of conversion you can have here is DC to AC. Now for doing this we have a device called as inverter. You can see in the waveform DC supply or DC signal is converted into AC voltage here. These are the AC waveforms. In the first case I have shown an AC voltage which has got less frequency because it has only one cycle in this time period, whereas in the second waveform you have two cycles in the same time period. So this waveform has got higher frequency because higher the number of cycles, whereas here it has got less frequency. So these are the two types of convergence. The third type of conversion we will see is AC to AC conversion in this subject. For doing this you have a device called as cycloconverter. Also AC to AC conversion you have studied, it can be done using transformer, but using a transformer the frequency remains same, whereas using a cycloconverter frequency can be changed. You can see here this is the input waveform of signal, this is the output waveform. You can see here 4 positive half cycles. These will be then converted into a single positive half cycle, whereas these 4 negative half cycles will be then taken as average of only one negative half cycle. Next type of conversion you will have is DC to DC conversion. For doing this we have a device called as chopper. So in the waveform you can see a constant DC voltage is getting chopped and then it is converted into some other type of DC signal. In detail we are going to see all these 4 types of convergence in this subject. So this subject basically deals with convergence from one type of supply into another type of supply. For doing the convergence from one type of system into other type of system, we have a lot of devices used in power electronics. And because these devices have got higher power rating, they are named as power electronic devices, as you can see here. So these devices are categorized into three types: diodes, transistors, and thyristors or SCR. Now diodes, you have studied, they have got two layers of semiconductor, transistors have got three layers of semiconductor, whereas thyristors or SCRs, which are now new to you, these have got four layers of semiconductors. So if you see here, all of these have got semiconductors inside them. So these are semiconductor devices. This is how they physically look like. This is the power diode. These are transistors, BJT, FET, IGBT. SCR this is how it looks like. This is another type of SCR, GTO. This is another type of SCR, triac. So this is how they physically look like. Now let us take an example of mobile charger and understand how conversion of one type of system takes place into another type of system in a mobile charger. For a mobile charger, you need to have AC 230 volts to be converted into 5 volts DC. So this can be done using a simple circuit which is present inside a mobile charger. There is a transformer first, then there is a rectifier having 4 diodes, then there is a filter which is nothing but a capacitor, then last you have a voltage regulator or a voltage regulator IC, and again a filter here. So let's see one by one what all of these are functioning like. First you have the transformer. Transformer will convert your 230 volts single phase AC to some lower value of AC voltage. Here we have taken a 9 volts AC supply. So this transformer is converting 230 volts AC to 9 volts AC. Next you have rectifier, next we will have filter, next is voltage regulator. So let's see them one by one. So next you will have rectifier, which will give you rectified partial DC voltage. Partial because it is having only positive half cycles. This is not yet the constant DC supply voltage that we require for mobile charging. So this is the voltage, this is the signal that this bridge rectifier will get from the transformer, and this is its output. This is how it physically looks like. Then next in the circuit you have filter, which is a capacitor which will convert this partially rectified DC signal into a proper DC signal, which is still not proper actually. It has got some ripples here. This is not the constant DC supply voltage. For making this constant, you need to have a voltage regulator which will provide you a constant regulated DC supply. You can see here a constant regulated DC supply which is less than 9 volts. So this will be about 5 volts which is finally obtained using voltage regulator. So all of these components are required in a mobile charger to finally convert 230 volts AC into 5 volts DC signal. This is how it physically looks like. This is the voltage regulator IC. Another example which you can see here is wind energy getting converted into electrical energy. We are not interested here in how this wind energy actually gets converted into electrical energy. We are only interested in knowing that for this conversion also you will need power electronic interfacing devices. You can see here filter, converter, chopper, converter, filter. So all of these will require power electronic devices. So this is how power electronics will find application in all of the fields. Some of the fields are shown here, like transmission systems, distribution systems, like how we have seen in the first slide, then the distribution or customer loads, then energy storage like in the mobile battery, then smart weather systems, solar arrays in which solar energy gets converted into electrical energy. So all of these applications and many more applications are supported by power electronics field. Now your subject power electronics will consist of unit 1 having SCR, UJT, PUT. These are the power electronic devices which we are going to study in detail. Second unit will consist of other power electronic devices which are other than these devices like IGBT, MOSFET, GTO, etc. Your third unit will consist of phase controlled rectifier which will convert AC voltage to DC voltage. Then unit 4 will consist of chopper which is basically DC to DC conversion. Unit 5 will consist of inverters which is basically DC to AC conversion, UPS uninterruptible power supply and SMPS switched mode power supply which are used for computers. Last unit, unit 6 will consist of cycloconverters which is basically AC to AC conversion and AC voltage controller. So this is how your syllabus looks like. So our power electronics journey begins here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you.